Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Louis' Garage. So what are we doing this morning? Well, we are working on my new to me E250 wagon. It's been a brilliant car so far. I've driven it about 700 kilometers. Hasn't missed a beat. Really nice car. But it does have some maintenance issues that I'm addressing today. So the first issue is it needs an oil change, oil filter. I'm just doing that right now. Made a mess already as usual. And then I also need to change the thermostat. It looks like there's a bit of a leak in the thermostat seal. The car's coming up to temperature okay, but if I'm going to change the seal, I might as well change the thermostat as well. And I also need to change the coolant. And then finally I'm going to try and change the tensioner. Now on these 1.8 litre turbo engines, the tensioner design is a little bit different, so it's a little bit more awkward to get to. But I'll try and see what I can do today. Alright, let's have a look. Alright everyone, so we've got the thermostat right here, right at the front of the engine for the 1.8 turbo. So as you can see, there's quite a bit of residue on the thermostat over here. And I'm assuming that means the gasket is not good anymore. It's probably not sealing properly. It's probably the original thermostat. And also, I think they've used the wrong coolant because you're supposed to use green coolant on these cars. So that's why I'm going to change the thermostat. Good chance to give the coolant a bit of a flush and put some new coolant in. So what are we going to do? Well, we are going to have to take off this set of hoses. We're going to probably have to take off maybe the sensor. And then we're going to have to undo this clip and move the air pipe out of the way. And then we should be able to get access to the thermostat. It's actually pretty straightforward to take out. There's I think 5 bolts to undo. It's just trying to get access to it because it's kind of buried deep in there. And then we should be able to drain the coolant, take the thermostat out, and put the new one in. Alright, we're just going to undo this hose clamp. And this hose. I've just done this recently for the air filter. Alright, yep, just wiggle that off and that'll give you a bit more room to do stuff. Alright, there we go, we've got the 3 top bolts there. 1, 2, 3. So we can undo those ones first. Okay, so I've had a quick look under here and I've been able to pull this connector off, this little tab. You just got to slide it to the right and it then comes off. It's actually a little bit tricky, that one. And then the other thing I think we have to do is disconnect this coolant line down here, the one with the spring clamp. Because otherwise it's kind of in the way of getting the thermostat out anyway. So what we'll do is we will drain the coolant now and then we'll be able to pull that hose off, and that should allow us to get to the rest of the bolts fairly easily. Okay, so we're now under the car and I've already taken the other splash shields off to do the oil change, but we need to take this front one off now to get access to the radiator drain. So yeah, just take off these bolts at 8mm. Yep, and then just do that all around and the splash shield should come off, and then we'll be able to have a look at the radiator drain. Alright everyone, so it's raining outside, which is a bit of an ominous sign. Well, lots of rain. Interesting. But you can see after we remove the splash shield that this is the coolant drain right here. Alright, so I've just got some pliers with some masking tape wrapped around the pliers, and that should help to protect the little drain plug. And then I'm just going to twist this and let the coolant drain out. Alright, and we've got the coolant draining now. Alright, so we've almost got the thermostat out. It honestly was a bit of a struggle. It took us a little while to figure out what to do. So we've got all of the bolts out, apart from this bolt here. That one's just taking a bit longer than the other ones because it's a little bit hidden away. So what we ended up having to do is to disconnect this coolant hose that kind of clips into the thermostat, into the housing. So it clips in over here, so you kind of have to undo that one because otherwise you can't take the thermostat out. So the hose clamps here are really annoying, so it just takes a bit of time to get the hose clamps loose and to take everything out. And then we disconnected all of the hoses that are going into the thermostat. So there's 2 coolant hoses, there's 2 sensors or whatever they are, and a few other bits and pieces. So you just got to disconnect all of those. That was actually not too hard. And then there's 5 bolts, 3 up the top, so you can see 1, 2, 3, 1 down there, and then 2 on the bottom. The 2 on the bottom you kind of have to just do by feel, but they're on the edges of the thermostat, so it shouldn't really be too hard to undo those either. You do have to realize that the 2 on the bottom are a little bit longer than the 3 on the top, so just don't get the box mixed up. And then we're going to take off that last bolt and take the thermostat out. Now the thermostat for us is already loose. You can see that it's already loose, so that's good. That means we should be able to get it out pretty easily after this. So yeah, we'll just undo that last bolt and then take it out. Okay everyone, so we managed to get the old thermostat out. You can see it's pretty gunked up, it's pretty disgusting. And it looks like the seal is quite flat, which is not really what you want, because when the seal is flat, it's not really sealing. So yeah, that looks pretty old. Not sure if it's the original part, probably is. And then we've got the new thermostat housing and all the sensors and everything that go with it. I didn't even realize actually that it came with all the sensors. So there's 2 sensors there. It comes with all the clips and everything as well, so you don't really have to reuse all of that. And as you can see, the seal is a lot more prominent, sitting very proud. There you go, that's what you want to see. And so we're going to reinstall this. I'm going to clean up the sealing surface first and get rid of all the residue, and then we can reinstall this, run some coolant through the system. I think I'll run it with just water for a little while, just to clean up the existing coolant, and then I'll put in the proper coolant once we do another drain. But yeah, there you go, not too hard. Alright, so we're just doing some cleaning of the sealing surface. You can see that there are some spots on the sealing surface that are a little bit gunked up. So I'm just trying to get all that clean. There's a particularly bad spot down the bottom there. So you just want to use like a soft metal brush, not a really heavy one, and just try and get rid of all that residue so that you have a nice surface to seal on. Cool, and then just feel it with your fingers and see if there's any ridges or anything like that. Just have a good feel, and then once you're happy, you can grease up the seal on the new thermostat and then reinstall the new thermostat. Sweet, so what we've done is we've disconnected the connectors from the old sensors. That was a bit of a challenge. So for this one, you have to actually push in the tab right here, right down the bottom there. So if you push that out, then that opens the connector. Similarly for this other one, we've really messed this one up, unfortunately, the tabs. But similarly for this one, you also should push in the middle and release the little clamp tab thing. So just be aware of that. If you're struggling to open these, it's not because they're stuck on. They were actually pretty easy to remove once you got the right technique. You have to use a pick or use like a small screwdriver to sort of undo that inner tongue, inner groove. So the other thing I've done is I have sanded the mating surface a little bit because it was quite, gunky and it did have some residue on it. So I've just sanded it slightly and I've given it a quick wipe using degreaser. So I think it should be ready to go now. I'm just going to put some oil on the seal and then we'll install the new thermostat. Alright everyone, so I'm just going to be wrapping up the thermostat change. It's actually been a couple of years since I changed the thermostat on this car, but because we've been so busy and we've been doing lots of stuff, I haven't actually had a chance to upload those videos, so I'm just playing catch up now, and I realized I didn't make a wrap up video. So how's the car been? Well, it's been really awesome actually. Ever since the thermostat change, there hasn't been any cooling or overheating or any sort of problems, so it actually worked out really well. You can see this is the thermostat that we put in, and it's almost been 2 years, and there's no leaks or drips or anything like that. The coolant is still looking good. So yeah, it's definitely worthwhile doing that if you can. These cars will probably have the thermostat needing to be changed at about 10 years old. Otherwise, the rubber gasket and the seal will start failing anyway, and you'll see coolant sort of building up around the thermostat area. And it's pretty straightforward to do. I definitely think this is a DIY job. It's just a matter of getting some of these connections undone and then getting to the bolts, taking the thermostat out, giving it a clean, and then putting it back on. So yeah, everything's been going really well, and I've been driving the car. It's now almost up to 150,000 kilometers, and can't complain at all. It's been great. Alright everyone, I'll wrap it up there, and I'll see you in the next episode.